Alright, so when you have Legend, Demon God, Serenity, Research, and Food Buff, and you're thinking about that fourth slot, you might want Musclehead or Diamond Body. One gives 16.7% DPS, while the other gives 17.3% damage reduction. However, defense has diminishing returns because damage is attack divided by defense. So an example is more a mid-range pal with 1500 defense. It would reduce damage taken by 174 if taking 1000 damage, while a 2500 defense pal would reduce it by 103 by adding Diamond Body to that pal. That's something to keep in mind. Now, the diminishing returns, it isn't that big. Going from a 1300 to like a 3100 pal, the curve isn't huge, but there is a slight diminishing return. And then Xenoload Ultra tends to one-shot pals, as you saw that Beam Slicer do there. And then it's 2 or 3 shotting these Palladius most of the time. So I did a 20 fight test. The Diamond Body and the Musclehead Palladius both died on exactly the same amount of hits on average. So after those 20 fights, both of them die in around 2.4 hits. So they will tank. They can get 1 shot, they can get 2 shot, they can get 3 shot. And in 2 cases, they actually got 4 shot when it was like Flame Wall and Dragon Meteor. But most of the time, it's a 2 shot or a 3 shot. So it really didn't matter if I had Diamond Body or Musclehead. They died the exact same amount of attacks on average during those 20 fights. So how this works is that if you have this 17.3% damage reduction, you're actually looking to decrease like 1 shot to 2 shots, 2 shots to 3 shots, and 3 shots to 4 shots. And that's a pretty small window of Xenolod's attack damage. It's if he's dealing between 100 to 121%, you can reduce it to a 2 shot, but otherwise it's still gonna get 1 shot if it's above 121. Same thing with 50 to 60% there. That is only like a 10% window, going from a 2 shot to a 3 shot by adding Diamond Body. And then by adding Diamond Body, you can take a 3 shot to a 4 shot, but that's also only a 7% window. Then you have Xenolod's attacks. So most of them have burn. That's adding a flat 15% health loss to your pal, regardless of Diamond Body. It's still the same amount of health lost. So just that burn effect really adds up. So then you have that pals with high defense suffer from diminishing returns, so Diamond Body isn't great there, like on Palladius. And weaker pals, like mid-range pals, will die anyway. You have that burn effect with flat HP, and most of his attacks don't fall into this range, where you can take a 1-shot to a 2-shot. It's going to be very specific cases. Then you also have the pal pods. So the chance of maybe tanking 1 more hit in a fight for some pals is not worth it compared to 16.7% DPS, which is a flat gain. There's no diminishing returns. So maybe Diamond Body would be worth it if the pal could survive like maybe twice the amount of attacks or something. But it still doesn't really make a difference. And then we have the pal pods coming into effect. So in this Germantide Ignis fight, a 5-minute fight with 35 Ignis deaths. So the time spent dead is only like 13 seconds or 13-14 seconds, so only around 4%. This Jet Dragon fight, they died 16 times. It was a 4-minute fight, so they only spent 2% of the fight, or 2.6% of the fight dead. So that's what you're aiming to avoid. So you're sacrificing 16.7% DPS on all your raid pals to reduce that number from maybe like almost 3% time spent dead to 2%. Doesn't really seem worth it. Getting a 1% DPS uptime for the sacrifice of almost 17% DPS. And that is regardless of what pal you're using as well. That 16.7 and 17.3% for damage reduction and DPS gain, that's just a flat bonus when you're comparing these build for base pals. So that's it. Thanks for watching.